In this video, you will learn how to implement payroll in Tally. In Tally, when you create a company, by default, payroll options are not enabled. So you need to enable those features first. And in order to do that, press the F11 key for features, then select accounting features. Then navigate to the option maintain payroll and change it to yes and press Ctrl A. So we just enabled payroll features. So if you go back to gateway of Tally, you can see over here we have new options called payroll vouchers, and over here we have payroll info. Besides enabling payroll in Tally, we are required to add payroll statutory information, and in order to do that, press the F11 key and then select the option statutory and taxation and change the following options to yes and press the enter key. Over here you are required to fill up the given details, and the details that you are going to fill up would be provided by the respective departments. For example, the company code for Provident Fund would be allotted by Provident Fund department. Let me enter some Provident Fund company code which would be provided by the department, and then I need to furnish account group code which would again be provided by the department itself. So depending upon your registration, you would have different number, but you need to provide those details over here. And if your company is required to register under employer state insurance, then you need to provide that registration code over here. And in the field ESI branch office, you need to enter the area name of the ESI branch office under whose jurisdiction your company is registered. Suppose my ESI branch office where I got my registration is in Koramangala. I need to specify that area over here. In the field standard working days per month, you need to enter the number of days on which your office operates. Suppose my organization operates for 26 days in a given month, excluding 4 Sundays. Or for example, suppose an organization also provides holiday on every alternate Saturday, then the number of working days would become 24 days. And the number of days that you enter would be considered for calculation of daily wages and monthly gross amount for ESI benefits. And if you leave this field blank, then the number of days considered for calculation of ESI would be based on calendar days for a given month. So for the month of January, the number of working days would be taken as 31 days, for February 28 days, and so on. For this example, I will leave it as 26 days and press the enter key. And if the company is registered for National Pension Scheme, then you would be provided with corporate registration number by Central Record Keeping Agency, and you need to specify that number over here, and also specify the corporate branch office number which would be allotted by the department. Press the enter key and specify 10-digit TAN and specify the TAN registration number provided by the department. Now press the enter key and specify the income tax circle or ward where your company is associated, and press the enter key. And for the deductor type, if your organization is a government organization, then specify government. If it is private, specify others. Before I explain about this field deductor branch or division, you need to know that TAN is required for those people who are required to deduct tax at source, which is TDS. Now in the field deductor branch or division, you need to specify the location of the business which is responsible for TDS processing. When a company applies for TAN, it can apply at organizational level, which means the entire organization will have single TAN number, or if it wishes to, then it can apply at branch level for TAN as well. In that case, a different branch of the company would have different TAN number. So over here you need to specify the name of the branch which is responsible for TDS collection or deduction. for example, a private limited company's cement division has got a different TAN number. If that division is responsible for tax deduction, then you need to specify that division over here. And suppose your company has a different branch, then you just need to specify the location of the area where your branch is located. Assume that my organization branch is located in Koramangala and where all the TDS processing is taking place, then I need to specify that branch over here. Now in the field name of person responsible, you need to type the name of the person who is looking after TDS deduction. So assume that in my organization Mr. Rajesh is looking after TDS deduction, and enter the name of the father of the person who is responsible. So assume it as Ashok Shah, and enter his designation in the organization and specify his PAN number and press Ctrl A to save the details. To summarize this lecture, we first enabled payroll in Tally, and then we enabled payroll statutory information and added these details which would be provided from the department. In the next lecture, I will show you the actual payroll process in Tally.